coming up on The Charge on Air. A popular art space for UCF students is closing its doors.
We take a look at how politics can affect your mental health over the holidays with the research to help.
And why student illnesses are on the rise.
In sports, we tackle a recap of UCF football season before their last game.
The Charge on Air starts now.
Good afternoon and welcome to The Charge on Air. I'm Manuela Salinas.
And I'm Armoni Sloan. Today is Friday, November 29th, 2024. The Fringe Art Space in downtown Orlando announced their closure over social media. Some UCF students who use this space say they are sad to see it go. The Fringe Art Space is an affordable multi-purpose venue for emerging artists to showcase their work. But back in June, Governor Ron DeSantis vetoed $32 million in state arts funding. A handful of theaters have closed down because they are unable to afford the cost of operations, including Fringe Art Space. Harper Kenninger is a UCF art student. She says she frequently used the space and it would be hard to say goodbye.
It was such a cool area to get together with other creative people and work on projects next to each other. I hope that a new place in Orlando, similar to this one, opens up soon.
The Orlando Fringe Art Space will be locking their doors in February 2025.
Many students will be packing up and heading home for the break. The Charge on Air reporter Jenna Manuela spoke to UCF PD on how to keep what you're leaving behind safe.
The UCF Police Department is ramping up its crime prevention efforts, including a Leave It or Lose It program, to highlight just how common theft is on campus. The UCF Daily Crime Log shows theft as the #1 crime on campus. And these instances can happen in busy places like the library, gym, and even unlocked cars. Now, Detective Roberta Rivera from UCF PD says there's plenty of ways students can protect their items using tips from their program.
Leave it or lose it, right? We really are trying to stress to the students, like, please just secure your items, right, as best as you can. If you leave your AirPods on the table and you walk away, everybody wants AirPods, right? That's something someone can easily just connect to their own phone or devices, right?
With the holiday season right around the corner, many students are excited to head home and celebrate with their families. But that means leaving their apartments and on-campus dormitories similar to Lake Claire and making sure that their items stay protected while they're away.
UCF PD says that less activity on campus can lead to quieter halls, which is a good in for people looking to steal personal items. UCF Sergeant Frank Imperato says most stolen property consists of things like Xboxes, TVs, and laptops.
What we recommend is make sure you keep all your serial numbers down, because God forbid you are a victim of a crime. Law enforcement is going to ask you for your serial number. We can then take that data and enter it into a national system. So if any law enforcement officer anywhere in the country runs that serial number, it's going to come up stolen.
Sergeant Imperato also says that UCF PD is always here for students, no matter what is happening, and that they should feel comfortable reaching out. In Orlando, Jana Manahalal, The Charge on Air.
For more information, visit police.ucf.edu.
Graduation is creeping up on some of our calendars, and if you're crossing the stage this semester, here are a few tips to remember. Keep tabs on your MyUCF student portal for any last-minute holds or to-dos. Make sure to save any important info you have on your student email. It is only active for 1 year after your last day of classes. Also, take a look at UCF Nights Network, a global resource to stay in touch with the alumni community. For students prepping to graduate in the spring, the deadline to submit intent to graduate forms has passed, so keep an eye on your application status.
As the fall semester comes to the end, some students are preparing for graduate school. The Knights were recognized in the U.S. News as World Report's 2024 list of best graduate schools. 9 of UCF's graduate programs were ranked top 50, including the Emergency Management Program, ranked as #1. Soon-to-be graduate student Bobby Jo Supliza says she's excited to apply.
Going to graduate school here at UCF would be a great accomplishment for me. The school is very well known and has a lot of resources for students.
The deadline for students applying is January 15. You can find more information on the UCF Graduate Admissions website.
Politics can be a touchy subject around family and friends, especially after an election. The Charge on Air reporter Kayla Kessel explains how politics can affect mental health around the holidays.
Nothing says happy holidays like gathering with loved ones until politics sneaks in, turning turkey dinners into debate stages and leaving mental health as the first casualty of family feuds. And for many, it's not just awkward, it's alienating. A survey from the American Psychological Association shows about 1/3 or 31% of adults say the election has caused a strain between themselves and family members. Like UCF alumni Amanda Hurst, who says she's facing alienation head on.
I have friends of mine that because they are so polarized on it, I don't speak to them anymore. I have people had blocked me up and called a lot of names. It's just not great. It gets hard.
You guys vote? I'm standing outside of the Counseling and Psychological Services building here on UCF, where students can come to get any in-person help if they're feeling any sort of political alienation. But if you personally don't understand how students are feeling it, let me put it this way. Say you got a brand new backpack and you really love this backpack, but when you show other people, they tell you the color's wrong or the design isn't quite right. So now you're carrying the weight of their words on your back. This is how students are feeling when they share their political beliefs with people, and they get pushed away or push away others because of their backpack of beliefs. UCF's Psychological Services Director of Outreach and Prevention, Vanessa Stein, says their counseling help is 24/7 for students in need.
We really just help students kind of sit with their feelings, understand why they might be experiencing them, help them process it, give them a safe space to talk about it on either end of the political spectrum.
Stein says you can find additional online resources during the holidays through Canvas, because for some, the divide feels wider than the dinner table can hold. In Orlando, Kayla Kessel, The Charge on Air.
You can find more resources on CAB's website.
Students are getting sick left and right on campus, and according to Johns Hopkins Medicine, every year between 5 to 20% of Americans get the flu. While it's normal to see viral illnesses like influenza, COVID, and RSV, some infections have made their way higher onto this list, with a rise in cases of strep and mono here at UCF. These infections are mainly caused by students leaving their home less frequently and interacting in close quarters. Dave Brown is the Assistant Director of Student Health Services, and he explains how these infections can show up in students in different ways.
Strep is one thing. You could be sick for, several days or a week, but with mono, you can feel pretty fatigued for weeks. And that's what's really unusual about mononucleosis. It takes several weeks after you're exposed for the symptoms to show up.
Dr. Brown says taking infection control measures is crucial. I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking ahead to the finals because I finally want to wear my holiday sweater.
Right? I've been feeling pretty festive, so I hope we can hold on to this chilly weather for longer.
Oh, me too. The taste of the cold weather from last week was a nice change of pace from the usual heat that we deal with. But, Florida's going to be Florida, and temperatures will continue to rise and fall. On a positive note, hurricane season ends tomorrow. Just last week, we evaded Tropical Storm Sarah. However, Florida was still hit with 3 hurricanes over the course of the season. Regardless, we're entering December storm-free.
Coming up next, UCF and its path to securing additional funding from the Florida state.
Plus, if you're planning on going downtown to celebrate the holidays, new safety changes could affect your plans.
Hardaway High School college first-round draft pick, on and off the field, we were taught to not show any signs of weakness. During the football season, I would stop eating, but I didn't know I was depressed. I thought that something was wrong with me. For 20 plus years was physical. We didn't have any education behind what mental health was. I started to learn it starts here first. If this is together, I'll be better as a father, as a man, and as a husband. Put the importance on your mental health. I'm not scared to talk about it anymore. The first tool is therapy. The second one is positive self-talk. And then journaling. putting your thoughts on paper. We have to redefine what being a strong man is and heal, love your mind.
Substance use disorder and addiction is so isolating. And so, as a Black woman in recovery, hope must be loud. The moment I chose hope was when I couldn't look myself in the mirror anymore. I did not recognize myself. Absolutely. So I'm so proud because I did not think I was gonna make it. And now, you know, I get to call my mom and say I love her. I get to teach my son how to say, Mama, I love you. Yeah. So for me, hope in this moment, it is the thread that lets you know that no matter what happens, you will be okay.
Judy.
Mm-hmm.
There.
16 weeks of classes can be a lot. If you want to save time, UCF now offers accelerated courses options. The sessions will take place over 8-week periods, with session leading the first 8 weeks of the semester and session G ending it. UCF has also added what they call May Master, a 4-week intensive session in the summer. These courses help students like Valerie Vega. She says accelerated courses options can help her to be more successful as a student.
Well, studying health sciences with a minor in computer science is a lot, but being able to take a quicker course helps a lot. It's a ton of content in a short amount of time, but it allows me to take all the classes necessary to graduate in 4 years.
Classes are very limited, but UCF plans to add more accelerated classes in the future. Registration for fall and summer courses begins March 28, so be on the lookout.
UCF is currently in its second year of a 5-year plan to achieve preeminent status. The Charge on Air reporter Emily Ching lays out the details on UCF's path to preeminence and what it means.
Florida's preeminence program started in 2013 and aims to award universities with additional funding, granted that they meet 12 out of 13 requirements. In the past 2 years, UCF has failed to achieve preeminent status, falling short on 2 metrics, one being its 4-year graduation rate. Talat Rahman is the faculty union president of UCF, and she says too many students and being underpaid are what's stopping UCF from getting there.
That doesn't help with the morale of the place, and particularly when you have this large student to faculty ratio, right, which basically, I mean, for me, the one-on-one interactions that I have with students, undergraduate students, graduate students, that is what really counts.
Rahman says that UCF has tried to stop this issue by hiring more faculty. However, according to the UCF Strategic Comms Department, as of 2021, the average turnover rate for UCF faculty was 9.3%, and that number is only increasing. Many students are cutting class and driving down attendance records. For some, it's the lack of motivation, but for most, it's the high student-to-professor ratio in most of these classes. Ultimately, these overworked professors affect the success of students. Zunair Qureshi is a computer science major at UCF. He says he attends none of his in-person classes.
But when you're in a large lecture hall, they're, mic'd up across the room, and you barely have any direct interaction with them unless you raise your hand and ask them the question. But even then, most people don't dare to ask questions.
As of 2022, UCF's 4-year graduation rate was at 50%, but their goal is to reach 65% by 2027. The plan to get there includes using predictive analytics to help with degree planning and maintaining the academic advising program that was put in place earlier this year. In Orlando, Emily Ching, The Charge on Air.
You can stay updated on UCF's Charge to Preeminence on thechargenews.com.
After the recent Halloween shooting that took place in downtown Orlando, some students are concerned about their safety this holiday season. The Charge on Air reporter Courtney McLean gives us details about how safety changes people can expect.
The city of Orlando recently announced that nightlife will look a little different going forward, with plans to implement new safety measures. This past weekend, barricades were installed along multiple streets to keep pedestrians out of the main road. Ryan Davis is the owner of multiple downtown bars, including the Stagger Inn, and says he hopes to see even more safety measures put into place.
I know there's talk of like a border perimeter of all of downtown that is a secured area that you have to get wanded or go through a metal detector to get into the secured area. I would love to see that.
One of the changes that the City of Orlando will be making this holiday season to ensure pedestrian safety is by reopening Orange Avenue and nearby streets to vehicular traffic during late night hours. Additionally, just like the street that you see behind me, some roads will now become two-way streets.
Some UCF students were present during the night of the tragic shooting and are looking for that sense of security, like Luis Cabral, a UCF senior who says he was there when shots were fired.
If it's dense and there's a lot of people, set up some metal detectors, some checkpoints, you know. Maybe some secret shoppers, I guess people call them.
According to Orange County Commissioner Shan Rose, the future phases of safety initiatives may include a single point of entry for any partygoers. But over the next few weeks and into December, we can expect further conversation from city officials regarding more changes in the area. In Orlando, Courtney McLean, The Charge on Air.
Keep an eye out for any security updates that may affect your downtown plans during the holidays.
As students are preparing to head home for the holidays, Knight's Pantry is just revving up. The Charge on Air reporter, Nolan Bottomley, has more information on the last day to get your goods.
The Knights Helping Knights Pantry began from a class project back in 2009 and still to this day continues their goal of helping students. At the pantry, with a valid UCF ID, students are allowed to check out up to 5 food items a day, including other goods. But during the fall, the pantry faces challenges such as an increase in student needs as holiday closures quickly approach. But Chloe Milleron, the manager of Knight's Pantry, says she's ready.
We do break bags that we take over to care services. And so we have put like 10 to 15 items in each bag. And then when offices aren't closed, those bags are available for students to go over and pick up as well.
The season of giving being a term used usually throughout the holiday season, for Knight's Pantry, giving is what they do pretty much for the entire year, and they are able to do that because of donations that they receive from companies like Second Harvest Food Bank. They also receive them from people who make donations, and they also just told me that they received a large donation from UCF Athletics to help them with the remainder of the holiday season. Knight's Pantry marketing specialist Nancy Rubio says donations like these go a long way.
Coming up on the holidays, like our donors know that we need more food because people want to have a good holiday, right? So we just get like a bigger influx of donations, which is...
Students in need can get their break bags by December 6th. In Orlando, Nolan Bottomley, The Charge on Air.
If you are looking to donate to Knight's Pantry, be sure to check out their website for more information.
Coming up next, we get a look ahead at the winter season with our partners from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University.
Plus, an exclusive sneak peek of the Knights basketball season.
That's coming up after the break.
I don't remember how it started. Our back and forth. Victory. Fumble. Repeat. It always came back.
Dad! Okay, here we go, throw it! Yeah.
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Nice. Bring it. late to dinner. My mom's gonna kill me. Catch you guys later.
Mom wants us home. Okay. Bye, guys.
You guys need a ride?
Sure. Yeah. All right. How about some one-on-one? I gotta go eat, man. Sorry, I'll see you later.
Now let's check in with student meteorologist Shelby Morse from Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University for a look forward at the national forecast.
A lot of Florida residents experienced cooler weather this past week, and we're wondering if this was going to be a sneak peek into what our winter is expected to be like. But the answer is no. We are not going to be having that cooler winter. We're actually going to be having a warmer winter this fall, and that is due to La Nina. So what exactly is La Nina? Well, La Nina is when the jet stream does not travel as far south. It hangs out more north. And what that does is it allows us to get warmer area here in the south. Along with that warmer weather, there is also going to be drier conditions too, so not as much precipitation expected across the southern states, with a few exceptions. One of those exceptions being the Northwest and located just south of the Great Lakes. Those areas are actually expected for it to be a little bit wetter than usual. So what can we take away from this for our winter? Well, we're probably not going to be able to cozy up with hot chocolate in our houses while it's very cold outside. Probably still going to be in shorts and shirts throughout most of December, January and February. But for the most part, you can just expect for it to be a little bit warmer. But back to you at UCF.
Thanks, Shelby.
Now let's check in with our weather anchor Grace Rodriguez for a look at the winter season in our neck of the woods.
Thank you, Manuela and Armoni. Taking a look at our December, here are some things we can look forward to. We're starting off strong with some highs in the low to mid 70s, and now this will continue throughout the main part of December, the mid section of December. Now, taking a cooler dive into the lows, we're seeing some lows in the mid to high 50s. December 21st is the winter solstice, which means that as the days start to get shorter, they'll start feeling even shorter. The sunrise and sunset times will be taking place around 7:15 every morning and 5:30 every afternoon. La Nina is expected to bring us some dry weather as well as some warm air, but it can still feel cool temperatures. That's all I have for now. Back to you, Manuela and Armoni at the desk.
Coming up, the countdown is on. The men's basketball team gets ready for the Big 12 action.
Plus, as the Knights football season winds down, we look back at their journey full of great memories.
Some things that are undebatable, like your mental health, my own mental health. I was in a dark place when my brother passed away in a car accident. I've never been more devastated than the day I lost my mom. I was depressed, miserable, in ways I never imagined. I reached out, and my sisters came, my pastor, my therapist. They helped me get through it. I found that the more I spoke up, the healthier my mind became. The chaos that was in me began to subside. I was more focused, clear. When you love your mind, you can go so much further. That's not up for debate. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org.
For decades, I've taught you everything I know. How to safely build a fire. How to control the flames. What to do with hot coals. How to secure your chains.
There's no sparks.
But I can only teach wildfire prevention. Only you can prevent wildfires.
UCF right now.
What's up, Knights? My name is Ethan Cates, and we've got a lot to talk about in UCF sports. The Knights football season is coming to a close, basketball is just getting started, and club sports are taking off. With the Knights football season coming to a close, let's take a look back at all the best moments from our 2024 season. The season was off to a great start, with 3 straight wins, including a nail-biting victory against the TCU Horned Frogs. Following the TCU win, UCF hosted the Colorado Buffaloes and Fox Sports Big Noon Kickoff for the first time in UCF history. UCF began to stumble, facing quarterback trouble until their 8th Space U game against Arizona, where they took a commanding 56-12 win against the Wildcats. The Knights face the Utah Utes tonight in the Bounce House at 8 p.m. The UCF men's basketball team is gearing up for their 2nd season in the Big 12 Conference. Our anchor, Manuela Salinas, gives us a closer look at how the team and fans are getting ready.
With a roster full of new faces, the UCF men's basketball team is gearing up for their 2nd season in the Big 12. Staying focused and looking ahead, guard Niels Machowski says they'll take it one game at a time.
Just continue that. Win every game, win as much as possible. But we want to take it game per game, So I'm focused on the next opponent right now. And I just want to do whatever is possible for us to get the win.
Last season, UCF made headlines by beating Kansas in a thrilling upset, followed by a cornerstone from their fans. And now with powerhouse teams like Baylor, Texas, and Iowa State coming to their doorstep, the team is determined to show that win wasn't just a one-time event. I'm here at the Dishon Financial Arena where the Knights are preparing for what could be one of their most exciting seasons yet. With so many new faces on the roster and a tough Big 12 schedule ahead, the team and its fans are ready to rise to the challenge. The UCF student section, known for their energy and enthusiasm, makes every home game unforgettable. Last season, they took free throw distractions to the next level by waving palm fronts, a signature move they'll bring back into the coming season.
I think every student is looking forward to see just the big energy of that everybody can put together. The front, when the players are about to shoot and everybody's just showing their plates, it's always funny when we see that. Really, really excited for what's coming next.
Charged by their fans, the Knights are ready to light up the court, beginning with their first Big 12 game on December 31st. In Orlando, Manuela Salinas, The Charge on Air.
To catch all the action, make sure to check out the UCF men's basketball schedule. Club sports at UCF give students a way to stay active, make friends, and pursue their passions outside of the classroom. The Charge on Air reporter, Raine Keenan, gives us a closer look at the teams.
UCF's women's club soccer team is full of competition, building friendships, and being active. Although they may not hear thousands of fans chanting their names in the crowd, the smell of fresh grass and sunscreen is enough to fuel these ladies' love for soccer. Serena Zarzana is a graduating senior who has played soccer her whole life. She says being on the team gave her the opportunity to keep her passion for the sport alive while she's in college without the stress of being a pro athlete.
That's nice for me because I get to focus more on school and be able to do that without having the stress of, I have to show up to practice. But also I get to still have fun. I'm still coming out here to play with my friends and kind of de-stress from everything. I think we get the best of both worlds in that aspect.
The RWC offers many opportunities for students to be a part of the sports they're passionate about, even with their busy schedules. These student athletes say that being a part of club sports isn't just about winning the competition, but also about building friendships that will last them beyond graduation and giving back to the UCF community.
The UCF club basketball team is another sport that focuses on more than just their passion. Treasurer of the team, Kenny Harris, says a big part of their mission is to give back to the community by organizing food drives at local churches.
We've done it for years now, so we have a really good relationship with them, and they always can count on us if we're available on a Thursday. Just go out there in the morning and, move meals, and we love it. It's great people. So.
In Orange County, Raine Keenan, The Charge on Air.
These teams may not be as widely recognized for their athleticism among students, but their passion brings Knights together to make their college experience more memorable. Now let's toss it back to Manuela and Armoni at the desk.
Thank you, Ethan. That's our time for right now. Thank you for joining us.
Remember, you can always keep up with us during the week on our website, thechargenews.com.
You can also check us out on Instagram at The Charge News.
Thanks for watching and have a great day.